And it looks like Jersey Jill on the line for the DemonCats.
And she's going to be taking on Yankee Scandal in this first jam. What's surely going to be an action-packed bout. This jam is going. Yankee Scandal trying to make her way through, getting stuck in the back of the pack there. Looks like we have Jersey Jill trying to do something up front. She has two blockers to get by one now. And Jersey Jill has made it out. She has picked up lead jammer status.
A hard-fought lead jammer status. She was having to contend with Artemis Conduct up front.
Both jammers just zooming around this track here. This one has gotten off to a fast pace early. Yankee Scandal was able to get around Jersey Jill. Almost was in scoring position, but Jersey Jill was able to shut that down before Yankee Scandal could pick up any points.
Is 798 Kung Pao Kitten on the line for the DC DemonCats.
And she's going to be taking on -1. That's Viva Violence for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. Viva Violence having trouble there. She had 3 to beat, but it looks like we have Kung Pao Kitten was able to get out and pick up a lead jammer status.
Well, that is twice that the DemonCats have answered, taking lead jam status. This time they're going to score a few points, it seems.
And Kung Pao Kitten was able to shut that one down. Looks like she picked up 1 point there before calling that one off. And this next jam is going to be brought to you by. They do have a vending table here at the bout. They are the official sweet treat of the DC Roller Girls.
We have Jersey Jill on the Masterman and Crabman and Dino line for the DemonCats.
She's going to be jamming against Spaz Stacks. There's jamming for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. Jersey Jill having trouble at the back of the pack there. Impressive blocking by both teams throughout this jam so far, as Jersey Jill's able to get out on the outside and pick up lead jammer status.
And it's 3 lead jam statuses in a row picked up by the DemonCats. And once again, it was Jill contending with Artemis Conduct up front. The Bombshells trying to help their own jammer. She just took a nice shoulder block from Vicious Von Doom.
There's Jill trying to make something happen up front. Getting a little bit of help from Sweet Chaos there.
And she's going to need that help. That's a solid wall of pink up front.
And Jersey Jill was forced, and she has to recycle her way back to the back of the pack there.
And that was Artemis Conduct taking her out. We've called her name quite a few times this bout already. Five points picked up by the DemonCats.
As this next jam is going to be brought to you by Your Car is Everywhere. Spontaneity on Wheels, and the official sponsor of the 2013-2014 DC All-Stars. As we're going to be having Kung Pao Kitten jamming for the DC DemonCats.
Against Holland Aussie for the Bombshells. Aussie was off to a great start. She went down And Kung Pao Kitten explodes through the inside to take lead jam again for the DemonCats.
That's right, Kung Pao Kitten's able to explode her way through Holland Aussie, just now making her way out of the pack there. As Kung Pao Kitten trying to make something happen up front. She has one to beat. She shuts that one down. Able to pick up 3 points on that jam before that jam was shut down. And it looks like we're going to have Priss and Vinegar jamming for the DC DemonCats, taking on Yankee Scandal for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. As this jam will be brought to you by Well-Read Moving Services for the Washington, D.C. area.
Off they go. It seems like they both had the same idea originally, trying to make it around the outside.
Yankee Scandal with a bit of a hop there, able to pick up lead jammer status for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. This package just zooming around that track there. Yankee Scandal with impressive skate work, able to pick up, I believe, 3 points there before shutting that one down.
Some of the moves you see out of some of these skaters boggles the mind, Doc.
That's right. It's absolutely fascinating to see all the wonderful action here on the track there.
And I think we're going to have a timeout.
For the Cherry Blossom Bombshells, this package is zooming around that track there.
Pick up some swag and let us plan your next tattoo.
And we are going to get right back to the action here. We're going to have Minnie Vandal jamming for the DC DemonCats. She is taking on Spastastic for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells.
Well, this is going to be a power jam for the Bombshells, a cut track being called on Minnie Vandal. She's on her way to the right IP Law penalty box.
That's right, so Cherry Blossom Bombshells in a perfect opportunity here to take advantage of this power jam situation, pick up some points, put them on the board.
Spastastic is finally free, and she calls it off.
That's right, they want to take full advantage of that power jam situation, start this next jam in that power jam situation, be able to really take advantage of the opportunity that's been afforded to them so far in this bout. As this jam is going to be brought to you by your magazine about living and enjoying the Washington, D.C. metro area.
And that is number -1, Diva Violence, on the line for the Bombshells. She's got a tough three to try to compete with, and she's made it through. So the start of the power jam for the Bombshell. And Vicious Von Doom in her way into the right IP Law penalty box and a full 5 points.
That's right, Diva Violence took a bit of a hit there, was able to recover and head right on through, picking up that 5 points on that last pass. And just like that, she picks up another 5 points.
I believe that is Jersey Jill held her up just as long as she could and finally had to let her go.
This has been a bit of a hard fight so far, closing in on 9 minutes elapsed in this first half.
And we had a lead change right there. And this next jam brought to you by over 600 beers from around the world. And we're going to have Kung Pao Kitten on the line for the DemonCats, jamming up against Yankee Scandal for the Bombshells. Scandal wastes no time. She's in good position, but somehow, wow, they both made it through, and Kung Pao Kitten, I believe, is lead. What a hit. Some jammer on jammer action. She gets a little breathing room by taking out Yankee Scandal.
And I think Yankee Scandal dug it because there's a big grin on her face as she was coming around turn 4 there, right in front of us. Able to put on the speed. Kung Pao Kitten is shutting that one down. And we are right back to it. That jam absolutely flew by before it ended. As we're going to have Jersey Jill jamming for the DC DemonCats. He's taking on Silo Psycho with Cherry Moss and Bombshells. And Jersey Jill zooms out, picks up lead jammer status for DC DemonCats.
This has been a hard-fought bout so far. We got a multiplayer block called on 553. That is Batcat. That's going to send her into the right IP law penalty box. As Jill still trying to contend with that tough front 2. She's calling it off. She picks up 3 points, and just 1 point separate these two teams right now. 13 for the Bombshells, 12 for the DemonCats.
Definitely been a back and forth battle so far throughout this one. And the battle rolls on as we're going to have 5-4-3, Bruce Hilda jamming for the DC DemonCats.
I believe that's Spaztastic again for the Bombshells.
And Bruce Hilda's battling her way up front there. Able to get around on the inside, and she picks up lead jammer status for the DemonCats. As this one's, she really fought to get through on that one.
And she did fight through, and she's got a little bit of breathing room.
And Bruce Little's able to pick up 2 points before taking a hit and shutting that one down.
You know what, with those 2 points, Doc, we've had another lead change. It is now 14-13 in favor of the DemonCats. Jersey Jill on the line for the Cats. Number 24, that is Hall and Aussie.
We have our jammers on the Masterman, Krogman, and Dino jammer line there. Big shout out to all of our sponsors here, sponsoring all this wonderful DC Roller Girls Derby action. Hall and Austin takes a big hit. She's right back up on her skates.
Some Jersey Jill fans making their presence known.
That's all Austin's trying to get everything she could out of that jam before calling out, before shutting things down. As we're going to have Yankee Scandal taking on Kung Pao Kitten jamming for their respective teams. And what might be a matchup we'll see a lot throughout the course of this bout. Both of these jammers are absolutely wonderful on the track.
They have been to the MasterBenLaw.com jammer line quite a few times this bout already, and this one's won once more by Kung Pao Kitten. She wastes little time clawing her way through the pack.
As we've seen, Yankee Scandal has been known to turn on the speed if necessary.
Oh, Yankee Scandal indeed very fleet of foot. She can make up a lot of real estate in a hurry.
And Kung Pao Kitten was able to pick up 2 points before shutting that one down. We've seen a lot of what's known as the hit and quit strategy. Both teams be able to pick up points wherever they can before shutting the jam down and starting things over again. Lots of methodical gameplay so far.
And that's Brisson Vinegar on the MasterBenLaw jammer line for the DemonCats. It's still a psycho for the Bombshells. Kristen Vinegar taking lead jam for the DemonCats again. As the DemonCats will attempt to climb their lead. They're just up by 2 points right now.
And Kristen Vinegar was able to get through on the inside, picking up 5 points on that last pass.
Hall and Aussie earned a trip to the right IP ball penalty box, as did 7-13 Solid Rider.
And Kristen Vinegar headed over to the right IP ball penalty box for a back block there.
So that's going to release Silo Psycho.
And Kristen Vinegar served the same amount of time there as Silo Psycho, so this jam will be going the distance the rest of the time of the jam clock there.
Well, that is a cut track on Silo Psycho, and she's heading right back to the right IP law penalty box. So it's still going to be a power jam for Kristen Vinegar.
And Kristen Vinegar is taking advantage of the situation there. They will pick up 5 points on that last pass.
And we have a star pass as it goes to Jersey Jill.
And Jersey Jill picking up 4 points thanks to that star pass.
A nice star pass indeed. Great use of strategy. 4 more points picked up by Jill, and the DemonCats have swollen their lead. They picked up 18 points during that last jam. Kung Pao Kitten on her way back to the mastermanlaw.com line.
And that power jam situation from our last jam carrying over into this one, as Kung Pao Kitten has a fight on her hands at the front of that pack, which she's able to get out and pick up a lead jammer status. And the crowd is digging what they're seeing because Kung Pao Kitten is able to pick up another 5 points. Kung Pao Kitten was able to avoid what could have been a big hit there by auto misconduct before shutting that one down. Able to pick up 2 points before that jam came to a close.
That is 11:34 on the line for the Bombshells. Spaztastic and Kristen Vinegar on the line for the DemonCats.
And this jam is going to be brought to you by Treat and Restore, rehabilitating sports, performing arts, and occupational injuries in the district for over 30 years.
And lead jammer goes to Kristen Vinegar. And Jersey Jill on her way to the right IP law penalty box. That was for a forearm.
And Kristen Vinegar taking a hit, having to recycle herself. So that's what's taking place here. Recycling herself to the back of the pack. For one hand again, taking a big hit, but look at that. Right back up on her skates. Toughness is on display on the track at all times. In the case of Old Early.
Well, a hard-fought 5 points for Kristen Vinegar.
Listen, they're taking a bit of a beating there from Ryan Burgers as they go on pass. Another hit there, she calls that one off. Big effort, 4 points scored at the end of that one.
Number 5, Mini Vandal jamming for DC. The DC DemonCats had started as a power jam. Now Mini Vandal taking it to the outside. He's having to recycle back behind the pack.
Spanish Taxi taking a few hits there, having to recycle herself as well.
And we just had a star pass. Jersey Jill takes the star pass from Mini Vandal, hits the gas and takes it around the outside. So the star pass again works out for the DC DemonCats.
We've seen a lot of star passes from all teams throughout this one. I'm so excited about it. It makes my voice crack. We got lots of star passes this season from everyone so far. It's definitely a strategy that we've seen before this season.
Artemis Conduct on her way to the box, I believe, after a star pass. It looked like an illegal procedure, what I was getting.
As Jersey Jill was able to pick up 5 points on that last pass. DC DemonCats taking advantage.
Well, some great offensive assistance out there from Kung Pao Kitten. And 5 more points for Jersey Jill. And again, Kung Pao Kitten pounces, opening up a hole for Jersey Jill to pick up 5 more points. This next jam brought to you by Smashing selection of beads and jewelry.
And what we saw in that last jam, DC DemonCats have been able to really widen their lead there. As the score is currently DemonCats 65, Cherry Blossom Bombshells 13, just under 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half.
That is Viva Violence and Kung Pao Kitten. Oh, Violence looked to be in good shape, and I believe she ran right into Sweet Chaos and took a tumble.
And this one has just been action everywhere as we have Kung Pao Kitten picking up lead jammer status for DC DemonCats. We have a bit of a race on the track.
Well, there's Kung Pao Kitten and Viva Violence mixing it up. Kung Pao Kitten calling it off. And how about another one of our sponsors? Metropolitan Washington is a proud sponsor of the DC Roller Girls with 5 locations throughout the metro area. They've been serving men, women, and teens of DC for over 75 years.
And we're going to have Yankee Scandal from the Cherry Blossom Bombshells taking on a Bruce Hilda from DC DemonCats jamming at the MastermanLaw.com jammer line.
Yankee Scandal trying to make it around.
Undeterred as Batcat takes a spill at the front of the pack there. Yankee Scandal taking a hit to the outside, having to recycle herself. And Bruce Hill was able to take advantage of all that action on the track and pick up lead jammer status.
Well, it ended up being a no-pack, so they kind of had to let her go, and she took full advantage of that. It was just a very quick call.
Well, sometimes when the action is hard-hitting as it's been throughout this bout, you're definitely going to take advantage of whenever you see an opportunity to make the most of all the chaos on the track there.
You're right.
Undeterred as Batcat takes a spill at the front of the pack there. Making Scandal take a hit.
And how about Capitol Hill's friendly old-fashioned hardware store. On the master-in-law jammer line, we have Kung Pao Kitten going up against number 24 for the Bombshells. That is Holland Aussie. Holland Aussie thought she had an open lane down the outside, and she just took a vicious shoulder block. And Kung Pao Kitten is lead jammer once more for the DemonCats.
That's right, we're seeing what's a depleted pack on both sides here, as there were a few failure to reform penalties on both sides during our last jam, so that's why we had a depleted pack on the track. And once the action picks up again, we're going to see Minnie Vandal jamming for the DC DemonCats, taking on Viva Violence with Cherry Blossom Bombshells.
And this is brought to you by the Modern Tavern with over 50 gram bottles, 30 small batch wines, and handcrafted cocktails.
And Viva Violence just zooming on through there, picking up lead jammer status. Minnie Vandal was able to make her way out. As Viva Violence is able to pick up 4 points before shutting that jam down. As your score is currently DC DemonCats 70, Cherry Blossom Bombshells 18, just under 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half.
Bombshells will be down a couple blockers as Riding Dirty was sitting to the right IP ball penalty box for an elbow. And Kung Pao Kitten on the line against Yankee Scandal.
And Kung Pao Kitten was able to get out on the outside and pick up lead jammer status.
Well, Badass Maggie on her way to the right IP ball penalty box. That's 4 clockwise.
We had Yankee Scandal able to get out front with a hop there. She's able to make her way past Bruce Hill and Aurora Borealis to get out of the pack.
Oh, 4 points picked up by the DemonCats.
This next jam is going to be brought to you by a modern tavern with over 50 craft bottles, 30 small batch wines, and handcrafted cocktails. Once again, that's
that is 85, Jersey Jill on the line against Viva Violence, and living up to her name as there was some violence right off the whistle. She was able to make it out, and once again the Bombshells take lead jam status.
Jersey Jill was able to make her way out of the pack as well. Viva Violence taking a big hit there. Able to get right back up on her skates.
This next jam brought to you by one of the country's premier adult novelty party plan companies. Make sure you check them out.
As we're going to have Yankee Scandal taking on Bruce Hilda, both jamming for their respective teams. And we are right back to it.
A one-ton of murder takes Bruce Hilda way back, and
Yankee Scandal was continuing with a bit of a wall there, was able to get through and pick up the lead jammer status. And this crowd is digging what they're seeing as Yankee Scandal's able to get on through, picking up 4 points.
Well, Yankee Scandal, we've talked about how fast Yankee is. On great form out there on the floor. This next jam brought to you by Your Daily Bloodline by the Murder Hers, and we're going to have a timeout. Oh, that's halftime. That went really quick.
Amazing action on the track there for that first half as DC DemonCats currently lead 74 to Cherry Blossom Bombshells 26. We have another 30 minutes of derby action between DC DemonCats and Cherry Blossom Bombshells. And then after this bout, we'll be seeing Scare Force 1 taking on the Majority Whips. And hey, look at that, back to action. Yankee Scandal jamming for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells, taking on Jersey Jill for the DC DemonCats. This pack has started zooming around the track.
As we saw in the first half, the DemonCats came out really strong, so they're looking to continue that in their winning ways this season.
That's right, they've been able to pick up and take advantage of various power jam situations they found themselves in, able to open up their lead. But there's a lot of derby action, a lot of time left for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells to make it happen on the track. And make it happen indeed as Yankee Scandal looks like there was a no pass, no penalty, I believe, for Yankee Scandal there. It looked like it might have been penalty, but that got cleared up on the track.
A little bit of confusion. You know, we were talking about the DemonCats, but you can't count out the Bombshells, and now we see why Yankee Scandal is now lead jammer. They did finish second for the Skate of the Union trophy last year.
Yankee Scandal really putting in work on the track, weaving her way around defenders, taking a big hit by Turnabout Kenton there. Big hit, having to shut that one down. This action is brutal, folks, as you can see. Very hard hitting out of that track there.
That it is, and this next jam brought to you by Spot On Training. 1 district, 3 businesses, 1 mission. Piss and Vinegar on the line against Viva Violence for the Bombshells. And very tight pack. Neither jammer is able to get much going up to this point until I said that, and there goes the Bombshells. Viva Violence, she has taken lead jammer. No answer back yet from Piss and Vinegar and the DemonCats.
Piss and Vinegar trying to make her way through the front of that pack there. And Viva Violence able to get her through on the outside and pick up 5 points on that last pass. And Viva Violence really doing everything she can on that track, zooming around defenders, and she picks up 4 points before shutting that one down.
And this next jam brought to you by quality burlesque sideshow and vaudeville shows throughout the Washington metro area.
As we're going to have jamming for the DC DemonCats, it's going to be Jersey Jill.
That's number 24, Holland Aussie for the Bombshells. Holland Aussie. busting through for the Bombshells, and the Bombshells, whatever they did at halftime seems to be working.
That's right, and just a reminder for anyone who might be new here, once you pick up that lead jammer status, you are eligible to score points, which is what we just saw as Hall and Austin was able to pick up 5 points on her last pass. And she shuts that one down as Jersey Jill was really just creeping up on her.
Yep.
Working things out in a team fashion before retaking the track here.
And it's going to be Jersey Jill facing off against Viva Violence. The MastermanLaw.com jammer line.
And Jersey Jill was able to get through, but there is a no pass, no penalty. She is not lead jammer.
Forearm penalty sends Vicious Von Doom into the right IP Law penalty box, and that's the end of that jam. On the MastermanLaw.com line, we'll go Yankee Scandal for the Bombshells, facing off against team captain of the DemonCats, number 798, Kung Pao Kitten.
And Cherry Blossom Bombshells have battled their way back, really trying to close in that point differential there. Current score is DC DemonCats 74, Cherry Blossom Bombshells 44. 30 points separate these two teams. And with how crazy things have been on this track, that could be picked up within one jam depending on how things go. And Yankee Scandal's able to get through and pick up lead jammer status for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. As Kung Pao Kitten's able to make her way out of that back there. Yankee Scandal's able to get through on the outside, picking up 4 points before shutting that one down. As this jam is going to be brought to you by Your Daily Bloodline by the Murderers. Once again, that is
Kristen Vinegar on the line for the DemonCats. That is Hall and Aussie, number 24 for the Bombshells, and Aussie's been magic out there.
That's right, Hall also trying to get through up front. She had to. She looks like she might be getting a little bit of help from Scarlet O'Snap. Hall also trying to get by Batcat and Sweet Chaos. Bit of a pile up there in the middle of that pack. And now Kristen Vinegar trying to get through. Just having a bit of a time here, dealing with Scarlet Snap.
Scarlet O'Snap, it's fantastic, making it tough on her, and now Hall and Aussie. A little mini apex jump, and she is through. Hall and Aussie lead jammer. As the Bombshells continue to try to take this back here in the second half.
And Kristen Vinegar taking a big hit there around turn 2.
Yeah, that was riding dirty. Who's laying down some tremendous hits on it. Pretty much everyone who gets in her line of sight at this point.
Lots of skaters laying down, lots of hits on this one. As Hall Moss was able to pick up 5 points on that last pass.
Hey, we also had another star pass. For those of you paying attention, it's Jersey Jill now with the star. As she received the star pass again, it's worked out numerous times for the DemonCats until there, she is just decapitated.
Big hit there from the Flaming Hips, number 2000. Just really laying one into Jill, but Jersey Jill is back on her skates. And this crowd comes alive as Hall and Austin's able to get through, picking up 5 points. 10 points total on that jam for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells.
You know what, if you love the hard-hitting action of the DC Roller Girls, don't want to miss a single jam, make sure to grab your tickets for next month's bout. It's going to be February 1st right here. You can get the tickets at the merch table. It's going to be the Cherry Blossom Bombshells facing Scareforce 1 and the DC DemonCats versus the Majority of Whips. You're going to want to be right back here at the Armory next month, February 1st.
As we're going to have Viva Violence jamming for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. She is taking on Mini Vandal from the DC DemonCats. Viva Violence doing everything in her power to try to get through that pack. And she picked up lead jammer status. Taking a hit at the end there, having to recycle herself.
That is a forearm on Mini Vandal. That's going to send her into the right IP Law penalty box. It is now a power jam situation for the Bombshells.
And this power jam situation means that Viva Violence and the Cherry Blossom Bombshells can score unopposed since there is no other jammer out there on the track for the DC DemonCats.
Well, she's still going to take some vicious hits. The lineup they have out there right now.
I don't think you can avoid these vicious hits that are taking place on the track throughout this one.
5 more points and the end of the jam. Yankee Scandal on the MastermanLaw.com line for the Bombshells.
And that power jam situation is carrying over into this one.
And it's just 11 points. 11 points separate these two teams as the Bombshells have been able to power their way back into this.
That's right, they've definitely taken advantage of these power jam situations like the one they find themselves in currently, as well as just some very tenacious skating on the track by their complement of jammers. As Yankee Scandal is trying to make her way through that pack there. Taking a big set of hits there. A contingency of blockers from the DC DemonCats are impeding her progress. He's dealing with a 4-ball of blockers. Up front, trying to get some help there.
Cut track on Sweet Chaos. That's going to send her into the right IP Law penalty box.
As Yankee Scandal's there to pick up lead jammer status. They were making her way on through. Crowd is definitely digging what they're seeing. Yankee Scandal's able to pick up 4 points on that last pass. Let's just see what we got here. DC DemonCats fans, are you out there? If so, make some noise.
So I didn't hear that much for the DemonCats. That means everybody out there is pulling for the Shima-powered Cherry Blossom Bombshells, right? All right.
Let's just see. Let's get a wall of noise going. If you're digging this bout so far, make some noise.
Well, there's something they can all agree on. All in Aussie again through the inside, and the Bombshells take it once more.
That's right, Hall also has picked up lead jammer status for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. It's Kung Pao Kitten is on the track as well. She's able to make her way out too before that one was shut down.
And another 3 points. We're just 4 points away as Viva Violence will take the MastermanLaw.com line against Jersey Jill.
And this jam is going to be brought to you by 1 District, 3 businesses, 1 mission. And we are back to action here. And just like that, Viva Violence is able to pick up lead jammer status for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. Jersey Jill having a bit of a time up front dealing with those Bombshells blockers. Lots of hard hits at the front of that pack there. Jersey Jill trying to make her way around Guantanamo Babe, but she's got a bit of opposition as the Flaming Hips comes over to help her teammate out, and just Jill's able to make it out front.
Well, she took a severe pummeling trying to make it through. And she's not going to get a chance to do anything with it. 3 points picked up. 1 point separates these two teams right now.
It is a testament to all of the hard work that both of these teams have put forth on the track so far. Just 1 point separating these two, as we're going to have Yankee Scandal jamming for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells taking on Bruce Hilda from the DC DemonCats. Both packs at full strength. Both sides of the pack, rather, at full strength. The words will come out right for me someday, I hope. Yankee Scandal trying to make her way up front. And Bruce Hilda was able to get through on the outside, picking up lead jammer status for the DC DemonCats.
Both very dangerous jammers, and now we see the speed of the Yankee Scandal on display.
And Bruce Hilda was able to turn on the Jets, picking up 4 points before shutting that one down. As this next jam is going to be brought to you by your local self-serve dog wash and professional grooming salon. Once again, that is.
And on the Masterburn Lawn.com line, that is Holland Aussie and Kristen Vinegar going at it for the respective teams.
You know, right back to it. Jammer's having a bit of a time trying to escape from the back of that pack there. Kristen Vinegar was able to succeed. She has picked up lead jammer status for the DC DemonCats.
Some powerful skating as Holland Aussie busts her way through as well.
Kristen Vinegar taking a big hit from a couple of blockers up front. And we're going to have Viva Violence jamming for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells taking on Bruce Hilda for the DC DemonCats.
And DemonCats are going to be down 1 blocker, as that was a blocking out of bounds call on Kung Pao Kitten, and she just took her seat in the right IP law penalty box.
Bombshells, that was actually an illegal procedure that took place. Right back into it here. As Bruce Hilda has picked up the lead jammer status for the DC DemonCats.
That's a cut track on Viva Violence. She is on her way to the right IP law penalty box. It is now a power jam for the DemonCats and Bruce Hilda.
Bruce Hilda taking a hit, having to recycle herself to the back of the pack. And she shuts that one down. DC DemonCats are going to have that power jam situation for them carry on over into this next jam. We're going to have Kristen Vinegar jamming for the DC DemonCats in this power jam situation. This jam is going to be brought to you by designed to help you be thoughtful and true to your giving nature through mind, body, spirit, and crochet. Kristen Vinegar trying to make her way through there. This opposition from, I believe that is Helen Killer up front. Making it hard for Kristen Vinegar to get on through, taking a big hit there from Artemis Conduct.
And Kristen Vinegar getting bounced around in that pack like a pinball. Kung Pao Kitten tries to give her some assistance. They end up opening up just enough for her to get through. Kristen Vinegar is the solo jammer and the lead jammer.
That's right, Kristen Vinegar was able to get on through, picking up that lead jammer status as Viva Violence has rejoined the fray, emerging from the right IP law penalty box. Kristen Vinegar with three blockers to beat there. Able to make our way through, picking up 5 points on that last pass. Right back onto it, Kristen Vinegar able to shut that one down as we are just closing in on just under 11 minutes left in this one. DC DemonCats currently have the lead with 88 points. Its Cherry Blossom Bombshells are just 15 points behind, sitting at 73. Just under 11 minutes left to play in this one, but that is a lot of time for anything to happen. And taking their places on the mastermanlaw.com jammer line, we have Mini Vandal jamming for the DC DemonCats. Taking on Yankee Scandal for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells. Yankee Scandal out in a hurry, trying to get around 3 blockers there from DC DemonCats. She makes her way through on the outside and she picks up lead jammer status. And Yankee Scandal just cutting right on through. If you blinked, you might have missed it. She was able to make her way through, pick up another 5 points there.
Another 5 for Yankee Scandal.
Yankee Scandal making it look very, very easy on that track. Just knifing her way through that pack there so far throughout this jam. Not being deterred one bit as she shuts that one down.
5 more points and we are not quite tied, but
going to have a bit of a scoreboard.
no, we are indeed tied.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are tied. 88 points. We have a timeout there. Scandal out in a hurry. They have 3, trying to get around 3 blockers there from DC DemonCats. Big thanks to such wonderful folks as the Barber Escape Caramel Confectionery and A2B Car to Go. As we are right back in action.
That's Jersey Jill, who took lead jammer status. She wasted very little time. Holland Aussie is on her way into the penalty box. It is now a power jam situation for the DemonCats.
That's right, in this power jam situation, DC DemonCats and Jersey Jill are able to jam. Unopposed Jersey Jill is able to call that one off.
For the DemonCats.
That's right, in this power jam situation, DC DemonCats and Jersey Jill are able to jam. Kicking and screaming. You know, most of the time I find out the best way to get through health and fitness is with a lot of kicking and screaming, especially if you don't want to do it. But once again, as big thanks to Whip My Assets blog, as we are right back into action here.
Kung Pao Kitten trying to get by the last bombshell, and now she does. So the DemonCats try to swell their, or actually gain a lead at this point.
Both of these teams have been battling. It shows in no greater way than this tied score we're currently seeing. Both teams with 88 points.
That was a huge hit for Artemis Conduct.
As Kung Pao Kitten is able to pick up 5 points. As Artemis Conduct is heading over to the right IP law penalty box. I believe it was a forearm penalty. As Kung Pao Kitten is able to pick up 5 points on the last pass. Cherry Blossom Bombshells with a 4-3 pack advantage here. As Kung Pao Kitten is at the back of that pack, trying to get past that contingency of Bombshells blockers. And she takes a bit of a hit there from Badass Maggie. Another hit, another big hit there. Kung Pao Kitten's able to spin out of it a little bit and pick up another 5 points. There was a out of bounds penalty there on that last pass. Here we have a cut track. Let's see if I can see that number there. Cut track penalty there on
Number 24, yeah. That is all on Aussie.
Over at the right IP law penalty box.
For -1. Putting on the pivot stripe. 12:31 Prison Vinegar on the mastermanlaw.com jammer line. It's going to be a power jam for the DemonCats.
We're closing in on, coming in on 6 minutes left in this bout rather. DC DemonCats currently stand at 113 points. Cherry Blossom Bombshells with 88. As Prison Vinegar is able to pick up the lead jammer status, able to make her way out of that pack. Eligible to score points, went for the apex jump there. Ended up being, I believe, a cut track penalty. Yep, it is. Gonna get some clarification on that. Okay, that was not a cut track penalty. She had to recycle herself. And Prison Vinegar was able to get out and pick up the lead jammer status there.
Out of play on Ellen Killen, sends her into the right AP law penalty box. Prison Vinegar mixing it up front with Bam, Badass Maggie.
Right, Prison Vinegar was able to get on through there, picking up that 5 points. We've seen a lot of hard-hitting action throughout this one. Prison Vinegar taking another bit of a hit there before shutting that one down. 10 points total scored during that jam.
The Bombshells are going to go with the Yankee Scandal back on the mastermanlaw.com line, facing off against captain of the DemonCats, Kung Pao Kitten.
And this jam's going to be brought to you by make her way out of that pack. Eligible to score points, went for the apex jump there, ended up being, I believe, a cut. They were just, that official timeout, they were just clearing up the cut track motion for that penalty that we saw. What happened was Prison Vinegar fell. She didn't actually cut out of bounds. So they were just clearing up what happened on the track there. As we are right back in action. Right back in action as Kung Pao Kitten is able to pick up lead jammer status for the DC DemonCats. We are under 4 minutes left in this bout. DC DemonCats currently have 123 points. Cherry Blossom Bombshells with 88. As Kung Pao Kitten is able to pick up 5 points on that last pass.
Big hits, vicious Von Doom. Almost ended up right now. No, that's a cut on Yankee Scandal. That's going to send it into the right IP law penalty box.
As Kung Pao Kitten is able to make her way through, getting past the flaming hips and picking up 5 points as a result of following through on that pass. She is right back at it again, trying to make her way past those 3 Cherry Blossom Bombshells blockers up front. She is able to do so with another 5 points. Bit of strategy taking place on that track there. Everybody trying to get in that proper position, trying to hold back Kung Pao Kitten. Flaming hips goes for a hit. Doesn't quite work out too well as Kung Pao Kitten is able to pick up another 5 points there. 20 total so far for Kung Pao Kitten and DC DemonCats during that jam. That jam is shut down and called off. Big widening of that lead there. Right back at it again, trying to make her way past those 3 Cherry Blossom Bombshells blockers up front. She is able to do so with another terrifyingly awesome. Best wishes to DC Roller Girls for Season 8. Love Mama and Papa Raptor and the rest of the Raptor back. Big thanks to all of you fans for coming out and joining us for another doubleheader here at the DC Armor. We are back to action. Chris and Vinegar currently jamming for DC DemonCats. Yankee Scandal has rejoined the fray, emerging from the right IP off penalty box and emerged in quite the fashion as she zooms out and picks up lead jammer status for the Cherry Blossom Bombshells.
A big spill.
Wow. Big hits taking place in that track. Score. Poisoning scored as well. Yankee Scandal's able to go through and pick up 5 points with the Cherry Blossom Bombshells.
Oh, Yankee Scandal and the Bombshells trying to make things interesting to close it out here. She just picks up another 5.
That's right, they are trying to end this thing with all the momentum they can muster. And momentum we are seeing. All right, folks, we are just under a minute left in this bout. We might be at the last jam of this bout, so if you could do me a favor and just rise to your feet, let's see some crowd participation here. We want to send both of these teams out with the bang. Lots of great action we've seen on the track here. We are right back into it for what could be the last jam. We've got Kung Pao Kitten jamming with the DC DemonCats taking on Viva Violence. Kung Pao Kitten's able to get through, picking up lead jammer status. Both of these teams have given it all, given it their all on the track here.
Jammer on jammer. Big hit. Kung Pao Kitten taking out Viva Violence. Another big hit to close things off, and the unofficial final. The DC DemonCats 143, the Cherry Blossom Bombshells 103.